Well, hello again, all of my friends. This is Ron Rogers with ProPrinting Systems, and today I am going to demonstrate how to print a canvas from Photoshop, and I'm going to demonstrate how to do this using the Print Studio Pro plugin. So we're starting off, as you can see, in Adobe Photoshop with our image. However, this is an image, as you can see, from Disneyland. This is my wife and I just a few days ago during the Christmas season here in Anaheim, California. So what I'm going to do is I am going to change the size. If you've never been to Disneyland, they do this Max Pass thing where there's photographers that are around. You can have them take your photograph and then it goes like right to your phone. So we did that. But the images that they give you are their size, not our size. So I'm going to make a canvas, gallery wrap canvas that is 11 by 14, so 14 on the wide side. What I'm going to do right now is just kind of move the positioning around a little bit to how I want it. I don't care if you disagree with how my positioning is. It's my image, not yours. And I do what I want. Alright, what I'm looking for here is the building in the back. I like this Disneyland Railroad. It was a really well-timed photograph. I want to see Mickey Mouse in there, and I also like our little filter here with the mistletoe, even though it's kind of covering up my wife's Mickey Mouse ears. So, but anyways, I believe that this will do just fine. And if you notice the rulers, I have 14 wide and I have 11 deep. I haven't calculated or made any adjustments for the frame rails for the canvas, and I'll show you exactly why in just a second. So as we go into File, Automate, we're going to open up the Canon Layout plugin for Print Studio Pro. Print Studio Pro is a free software that comes with every Canon ImageProGraph large format printer. So once you install it, it does stuff like this for you. We can change our unit of measurement to either millimeters, inches, or pixels. I'm working in inches today. We are going to create canvas at image size, which I already created the image size at 14 by 11. Thickness, we're going with custom. My rails are 1-inch rails, so we're going to work with that. Here's a little bit of extension on the outside there. You can see that's going to work with, so we'll give it a little extra. And here's what I thought was really cool about this. We can go with just the image full out, which will, obviously wrap in on the sides to get that image. We can do soft image, where it kind of blurs it out. You can do a reflection, where it kind of like reverses the image. I don't like that one too much. It does give it a nice kind of polished look, though. Soft reflection works the best. I actually like the soft reflection. And then you can leave it plain white, you can make it black, or you can go into a custom color and make it, whatever you want. So, but I'm going to go back to soft reflection. Everything is good here. We're going to hit execute, and now it is going to create everything that it needs to do within Photoshop. And there you have it. I don't know why it switched back over to the internet there and showed you the printer, but that is the 24-inch model printer, the Pro 2000, which is actually what I am printing on here right now. So, as you can see here, we've got our Pro layout, we've got our crop lines, Canon Pro 2000. We're going to switch this over to Canon Artistic Satin Canvas. That's what I'm printing on. The paper size that we're going to use is 18 by 24 because I do have a 24-inch roll. We have everything good here. Let's look at layout. It wants to print bordered, but we're okay here. Fit to paper size. Okay. Everything appears to be good here. So I am going to, I forgot to mention, you can also, if you wanted to adjust colors at all, you can do that here. But I don't need to do any of that. I am just going to hit this lovely print button right here. it's telling me exactly what it wants to do, and I am going to hit OK. And I'm going to take you over to the printer now so we can actually see this thing being printed. Alright, so you've seen the print process, you've seen the layout process, you've seen the print process. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and put the actual canvas together. So what I have here are some easy rails, and I'm going to show you how this system gets put together. It's really quite simple. I also have my cheap, chintzy, trusty, handy-dandy rotary blade cutter, but more about that in just a few minutes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to lay out the edges of this system, and you'll be able to see the whole thing kind of as it's unfolding here. I've got the camera set in what I think is a good spot. I am going to show you just real fast here. There are notches inside these. They coincide with the notches that are on the rails. So this is double-sided tape. So if you open the double-sided tape up here, before you put it into the bracket, and do the same thing on the other side here. That way you don't have to double this step again later. You can just access it easily. And this is outside. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of go ahead and take care of these. Alright, so I am on all four of those. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up on this print. And then I'm going to take a framing square, a carpenter's framing square, and I am going to cut just enough where I can still fold over the top and staple in. Okay, so I apologize if you can't see this part so well because my arm is in the way, but it is what it is. I'm going to slide this down just a little bit here, and this is going to make my canvas easier to work with as well. Doesn't really have to be perfect, thankfully, because I am obviously not so good at cutting. And I always manage to do the dumb things when I have the camera rolling. So at least I make it count. And then here's the final. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a mat here because I don't want to rough my image up. But what we do at this point is peel all of the adhesive covering off of the back. And I'm going to be a messy boy today and just kind of throw it. But at this point, I know about how far out these things are, but you can flip the edge up just to verify how far out you're going to be. Okay. If you flip this over, you can now get ready to push your frame rail into place. Okay, so I'm going to check my edges here just real fast. Okay. I appear to have, oh, I need to come just a shade this way. There we go. 2 sides, 3 sides, and alright, so I have enough on each side, so I can now just push the rails down, and they are secured to the canvas. So I can remove these 4 corners. I'm going to take these scissors and I'm going to cut straight across. So I thank you all for hanging with me through this whole process here. And this is, I'm obviously doing this much slower than I would if I were putting this together for production, but I'm slowing it down for demonstration purposes. So what we're going to do. Is roll the ends in like that. I'm going to do it on all 4 sides here. This one didn't cut all the way through. Okay. So take and pull these ends in. So now the next piece, we're going to pull these staples into play. We will need 4. Okay, and these come with the frame rail kits. But here's what we'll do. We're going to roll these pieces into place. And let's see if you can see it on that camera there. There are holes. Try to flap these out of the way. There's 2 holes here. You line the staple up with those holes and it will hold in place. Do it down here as well. Move that closer into the camera view so you can see. And again, here's the holes. And now we can take this staple gun and go along the edges here to reinforce everything just a little bit more. Well, the good news is apparently I've run out completely of staples for my staple gun. So now that we know that there's all this good news, you would just continue to staple along the outsides, and then you put, where are we here? Inside here are the stretcher bars. So there are notches inside as well, as you can see. See the notches inside here? So we'll put that in as it goes like that, and that is the stretcher bar to keep the canvas tight or taut, whichever you prefer. I'll put both of them in because one goes on each side. Okay, so I do have both in, and the canvas is, I guess maybe I should show you. Yeah, so there's the canvas. Perfect to the edges. Once this is folded back over, it's all the way to here. I'll show you the finished edge. There's, as you can see, the finished edge here. And then if you want, you can put something over the back and, tack it in or staple it on there as well. So that is the way that you do a canvas. And you can see it's perfectly straight. There's nothing that's, out of the ordinary with it. It is a standard canvas wrap.